Good day everyone, trust your day is good. Today we are moving to the limit part 2, which is factorization, how to solve limits by what? Using factorization method, and then the properties of limit. I already said that we are going to part 15 about this topic, so this is part 2 of the what. Make sure you go to the channel to go and watch the part 1 if you are not, as it dives into the what introduction of limit, what you have to know about limit, and some tips for you to solve questions. Okay, so make sure you go to the channel to go and watch it, and there are some other courses that you can dive into if you want to know for your what MCH 101 courses. Okay, now let's start. So properties of limit, it means that the limit as s tends to 1, this is the first one, of cf of x is equal to c into limit as s tends to a of what? F of x. Okay, what do you need to, it means that whenever you have a constant multiplied by a function, you can always bring out that constant and find the limit of the function. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can always bring out that constant and find the what limit of the what function. Okay, this is the first one. Let me make an illustration. So you can always say that okay, let's say I say this one is a, so the limit, let's say we have to find the as s tends to 2 of 3 cos 3x. So the properties, it states that I can bring out the word constant. So you can say that 3 lim x tends to what? 2, as x tends to 2 of what? Cos 3x. So that's the what this first property is telling us about. Okay, and for the second one, it says the limit as f of x plus or minus g of x as x tends to a is equal to, like, I can split the limit into each of the what function. You understand? Assuming that we have the limit as s tends to 2, okay, to 1 of 2x cubed plus 5x plus 1. I can only say that it is equal to the word limit as s tends to 1 of 2x cubed, the first one, plus the limit as s tends to 1 of 5x, the second one, plus the limit as s tends to 1 of 1, the third one. It means that you can split out the limit into each of them. Do you understand? And if it is negative too, you still have to follow the word same process. Okay, now for the third properties, we have that the limit as s tends to a of, this one is telling us about the multiplication. It means that, let's say you have something like this, the limit as s tends to 0, okay, this is the first one, second one, okay, as s tends to 0 of let's say you have something like x cos x. So I can always say that it is equal to the word limit as s tends to 0 of x, and the limit, which is multiplied by the limit as s tends to 0 of what? Cos x. You understand? So that's how it is, the third property. And then the fourth one is telling us that let's say we have something like the limit as s tends to a of this one is to power n. So it means that, okay, the limit, let's say we have something like the limit as s tends to what? 3 of let's say we have 4x plus 3 raised to power 7. What that fourth property is telling us, that I can say that the limit as s tends to 3 of 4x plus 3, everything will now be what? Raised to power 7. That's what the property is telling us. And we have the fifth one, which is a division property. It means that you can distribute the limit to the denominator and the what? Numerator at the same time. This is it, provided that the denominator is not equal to 0. So that's how you can, when you can see that this one is equal to this. Okay, and at the sixth one, we have the limit as s tends to a of square root of n, okay, nth root of what? F of x, which is equal to, so it means I can input the limit inside the square root and then find what? The nth root of the what function. Okay, that's all you have to know about the properties of limit. Now let's go into the what, the main thing that we come here to do today, which is what? Using solving limits using what? Factorization method. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share your opinion. Okay, let's go. Okay, now let's check the examples on how to solve limits using factorization method. Okay, the first one, let's say the limit as s tends to 2 of x squared minus 4 over x minus 2. Okay, how will you find the limit of this one? What you have to know is that we don't have indeterminate limit. Like, we don't have them in indeterminate form. That is when, let's say you have 0 over 0, you understand, 1 over 0, they are indeterminate, and let's say you have infinity over infinity, you understand, we don't have 0 at the denominator, and I already told you about that before, you understand. Okay, now let's say the limit as x tends to 2 of x squared minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Okay, how will you find the limit of this type of what function? Okay, let's input 2 using direct substitution. Okay, using direct substitution, we have that the limit as x tends to 2 of what x squared minus 4 over x minus 2 will be equal to what 2 squared minus 4 over 2 minus 2, which is what 0 over 0, which is what indeterminate. Abi, now when you get this one, you must know that there is more to this type of question. Like, there is another method for you to solve it. You understand? So you now be looking, okay, which method should I use? Today we are using factorization method to solve, and later on I will later post another video. Okay, I will later post another video that explain the other method. Okay, so this is part 2, don't forget. Okay, now you can now see that the limit, okay, using factorization, by factorizing, okay, let me use by factorizing, you have that by factorizing the what numerator, you have as x tends to 2. You know that this one is what different of 2 square. That is, let's say you have, whenever you have a square minus b square, will always be equal to what a plus b, a minus b. Okay, that's what you will do here, x square minus 4, because this 4 can be expressed as what x square minus 2 square. So they are alike. Now you can now say that x minus 2 x plus 2, you have that x plus 2 x minus 2, everything over what x minus 2. Do you understand? So you can see that this one cancel this one, right? So you have that the limit as x tends to 2 of what x plus 2. And here you can use direct substitution to solve the remaining one by saying that the limit as x tends to 2 of x plus 2 will be what 2 plus 2. By substituting these 2 into this function, you have that it is equal to 4. So the limit as x tends to 2 of x squared minus 4 over x minus 2 is equal to what 4. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to the second one. So question 2, we have that the limit as x tends to 3 of x squared minus 9 over x minus 3. So how will you solve this one? Okay, let's use using direct substitution. All right, direct substitution, you have that what the limit of this one, it returns to what you will have something 3 square minus 9 over what 3 minus 3, which is what 0 over 0, indeterminate, right? So since it is indeterminate, you now say that use by factorizing the what factorizing the denominator rather. Okay, you have that the limit as x tends to 3 of x minus 9 x plus 9. You should understand how I solve this one now. Oh, x minus 3 x plus 3, sorry, everything over what x minus 3. Do you understand? So because this x square minus 9 can be expressed as what x square minus 3 square, and with that you can use different of 2 square. Okay, so we have that this one will cancel this one. You have the limit as x tends to 3 of x plus 3, and using that substitution you get what 3 plus 3, which is what 6. So that's for the what second one too. Okay, let's now dive into the what another one now. Okay, let's say we have something like question 3. The limit as x tends to what 1 of x cubed minus 1 over x minus 1. Okay, so you have that Using direct substitution, you get what? 1 minus 1 over 1 minus 1, which is 0 over 0, and that one is what? Indeterminate, right? So what will you have to do? It means you have to factorize 2. Now, I can say that x cubed minus 1 over, okay? How will you now factorize this one? Because if you don't understand the logic, some will be saying, like, if you don't know polynomial division method, you will be saying, I don't know this type, I don't know this type of one. Okay, how will you factorize? You can just say by factorizing by using the formula. Let's say Q, we have something like this. You understand? You easily get it, or you can use the this rule, division rule of polynomial, that says that this is our numerator and this is our denominator. You can factor, you can divide by saying this one divided by this. You can go and check the previous video on how this one is solved. X, we have x squared, x raised to power what? Okay, x raised to power, multiply this one, x raised to power 3 minus x squared. You have something of x squared minus 1 now. You have plus x squared minus x minus 1 plus 1. You have x minus 1, which is 0. So you have the what? Factorization of this division of these two to be what? X squared plus x plus 1 into x minus 1. So it means that you can now input this one, represent this one instead of using this one. So you have that. So you have that the limit as x raised to power 3 minus 1 over x minus 1 as x tends to 1 is equal to, now represent it by what we get when we divide using division rule. You have that it is equal to the limit as x tends to 1 of what? Represent this one minus 1 into x squared plus x plus 1 everything over x minus 1. So you have that because we have x minus 1 in the denominator before. Okay, so this one we now cancel this one. We have something of limit as x tends to 1 of x squared plus x plus 1. So you can substitute 1, which is equal to what? 1 squared plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is what? 3. So just know how to divide, how to use the word division rule of polynomial. Do you understand? Go back to the channel. There is one video that explains this topic. Make sure you know it because it will be easy. Let's move on to the third question, which says that the limit as s tends to what? 2 of x cubed minus 8 over x minus 2. Okay, so here too you can also use division by factorizing this one to be equal to, which is equal to be equal to what? We have okay, if you factorize this one, you have x minus 2 into what? X squared plus 2x plus 4 everything over x minus 2. So this one can cancel this one. You have the limit as x tends to 2 of x squared plus 2x plus 4. You can distribute the limit or decide to what? Substitute. You have the limit of this one, just substitute 2 into the what? You have 2 squared plus 2 into 2 plus what? 4. You have 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is what? 12. So the limit of this one as x tends to 2 is equal to what? 12. So let's move on to another one. Okay, this is question 5. This one is question 4. Okay, we have, let's say we have something like the limit as x tends to what? Minus 2 of x all squared plus 8 all over x minus 2. Okay, how will you do this one? If you use direct substitution, you have something like what? If you use direct substitution, you have direct substitution, you will get 2 minus 2 all squared, right, plus 8 over minus 2 minus 2. You understand? So you can use direct substitution here. You understand? I say maybe it is, let's say it is at s tends to 2. Okay, let's say at s tends to 2. Okay, using direct substitution, you have 4 plus 8 over what? 2 minus 2, which is what? 12 over 0, which is what? you don't have some, it is infinity, but because we already see that our g of x must not equal to what, 0, so we can now factorize this one, right, by saying what, so okay, I just checked the question. It is at s tends to minus 2, so you can use direct substitution. That is, using direct substitution, the limit will now be what, minus 2 all squared plus 8 everything over minus 2. You have that 4 plus 8 over minus 4, which is what, 12 divided by minus 4, that's minus 3. So the answer for this limit is equal to what, minus 3. Okay, let's look at another one. We have the limit as s tends to 1 of what, x raised to power 3 minus x over x minus 1. Here you have to factorize, because if you substitute 1 using direct substitution, you have 1 minus 1 over 1 minus 1, which is 0 over 0, which is what, indeterminate, right? So you can factorize by saying what, that the limit as s tends to 1 of this question is equal to the limit as s tends to 1 of x into x squared minus 1 over x minus 1. And you know that this one looks like different of completing the square, so you can say that it is equal to the limit as s tends to 1 of x into x plus 1 x minus 1, or everything over x minus 1. So this one can easily be cut out, so you have the limit as s tends to 1 of what, x into x plus 1. So you can use your direct substitution, and it will be equal to 1 into what, 1 plus 1, which is what, 1 times 2, that's what 2. So you have to what, factorize. Do you understand? So let's check on another one. This question, example 7, we have the limit as s tends to 2 of x raised to power 3 minus 4x, okay, into x minus 2. So how are you going to do? Using direct substitution too, you have that 1 minus, okay, this one will give us what, 4 and 8, sorry, divided by 0, okay, 2 minus 2, which is 0. So you get something like this, let's say 1 over 0, and that is infinity. But you can also simplify it further, because you have the limit as s tends to what, 2. Factorize this one, x into what, x squared minus 4 everything into x minus 2. You understand? So because this one is, you remember the what, the properties, you can go back to the what, the properties that you wrote down, that our g of x must not be equal to 0. So you have that. This one can also be simplified by saying that using different of completing the square, the limit as s tends to 2 of x into x minus 2 x plus 2 everything over x minus 2. Do you understand? So you have that this one we cancel this one. We have limit as s tends to 2 of x into x plus 2. Using substitution, and you have 2 into what, 2 plus 2, which is 2 into 4, and you have what, 8. You understand? So let's check another one. But let's say we have something like the limit as s tends to 2 of x raised to power 3 minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 12 everything over what, x minus 2. How will you simplify this type of question? Okay, you know that from this numerator I can do something by saying that the limit as s tends to 2 of x raised to power 3 minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 12 everything over what, x minus 2. Okay, simplifying further, we have x tends to 2 of factorize x squared out here, we have x minus 3, and 4 out here, x minus 3, right? Everything over x minus 2. And x squared okay, like just a normal quadratic equation, x squared minus 4 x minus 3 over x minus what, 2. So you have that the limit as s tends to 2, this one can be used different of completing the square, x minus 2 x plus 2, and x minus 3 everything over what, x minus 2. So this one can cancel out. What you have left, limit as x tends to 2 of x plus 2 x minus 3. You can just substitute by saying 2 plus 2, which is equal to 2 plus 2 into 2 minus 3, and that's 4 into minus 1, which is what, minus what, 4. So the limit of this one as x tends to what, 2 is equal to what, minus 4. Hope you get. Okay, and so let's stop here for today. What you have to know is that whenever you are solving problems and you want to use factorization method, make sure you know the division rule. If you don't know, make sure you go to the channel, because there is one video there already that you can watch to expand your knowledge on that one. And what this is what you have to know under factorization, and it is just the normal factorization that we are taught in secondary school. Do you understand? So make sure you go into the channel to watch the limit part 1, share to your friend, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.